Welcome to another Tuesday Dojo video. I'm so happy you're here. Today we're talking about money, and the topic is when money isn't money. So if you're scratching your head and going, what does that mean? I'm excited to share this with you because I believe every single woman deserves to have all the money she ever needs. But it's interesting when I work with clients, a lot of times they think, oh, I need to hit a certain figure. But it's not about the figure. It's not about the amount. It's not about the goal of the money. And that's what we're talking about today because everything is energy, as we know. So I am going to share my screen with you so that you can have the benefit of what we discussed today and see exactly what we talked about today. Again, I'm so happy to invite you to join us weekly live. And if you can't, I'm really glad you're watching these videos. Last week, our topic was You Are Not Your Thoughts. And if you were unable to join us live or you have not yet seen the video, I will put a link to that video at the end of this video. But today, as promised, we're going to be talking about money, 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 when money isn't money, and unmasking money symbols. Imagine standing in front of a beautiful door. On the other side is the life you crave: freedom, peace, joy, love. And in your hand, you hold a key. You've been told your whole life that the key is money. So you polish it, chase after it, and guard it so tightly. But when you try to open the door, the key doesn't quite fit. Here's the truth. Money was never the real key. It was just a shiny symbol, a distraction piece. The real key is already in your pocket. It's the energy of what you desire most: freedom, love, relief, worthiness. When you reach for that key and turn it, the door opens easily. And as you walk through, you'll notice money often follows, not as the master key, but as one of the many companions on the path. Everything is energy. Money itself is neutral, just paper, numbers, digital codes. The pain around money isn't about the money. It's about what we believe it represents. When we chase money, we're really chasing the feelings it symbolizes: freedom, security, love, worthiness, validation, or relief. It's helpful to know the key symbols money commonly represents. For instance, freedom. Freedom means choice, autonomy, expansion. If freedom is what you crave, but you are not giving yourself freedom, it can block your money flow. Security and relief. That feels like safety, comfort, stability. Happiness. That feels like joy, pleasure, experiences. How often are you giving this to yourself? Validation and worth, being seen as successful, enough, deserving. Power equals influence, control, the ability to affect change. And then there's love and connection, which is generosity, being cared for, belonging. These are all symbols of abundance and prosperity. Once you've identified your symbol, you can speak your money into existence with affirmations such as, I never chase money. I allow myself to experience, and then insert your symbol. What is it? Is it freedom, security, relief, happiness, validation, worth, power, love, connection? And when you feel really confident and secure and believe in yourself so much that you say to yourself, I allow myself to experience worthiness now, and money flows as a mirror of my alignment through effortless awareness. Money is not a thing. It's the pointer towards the real desire. When you stop chasing the symbol and align with the true desire, money flows easily and effortlessly because you're no longer in resistance. Now, close your eyes and take a deep breath and repeat softly, money is not money. Do you notice any sensations or resistance or thoughts that arise? Now open your eyes and write those thoughts down. What were the thoughts and feelings that came to you first? What was that first initial reaction? Do your thoughts arise effortlessly, or are they more like storm clouds? Because when they're arising effortlessly, when your thoughts about money are arising effortlessly, it's like clouds passing by. It's easy, it's effortless. They're just passing and you just notice the thoughts. But when you're negatively impacted by money, the thoughts feel more like storm clouds. Now imagine you just received an unexpected bill. What forms arise within the body? Forms are like feelings, taste, touch, experiences. Do you feel storm clouds or are you feeling effortless, like everything is perfect? Here's a practice that you can use at any time when money seems to not be flowing the way you want it to flow. Just sit down and write money equals and fill in the blank as many times as you want. Money equals freedom. Money equals worthiness. Money equals love, relief, joy, validation. And then when you get done with your list, circle the top 2 to 3 symbols that feel most charged for you. That's where you get the most reaction. Pay attention to your body's reaction to it. And then choose one symbol and ask yourself, how can I feel this right now without waiting for money? So, example, if money equals freedom for you, take a deep breath and stretch wide. Feel spacious. If money equals relief for you, place your hand on your heart. Exhale all the tension out of your body and whisper, I am safe. What does money represent to you personally? When you say, I want more money, what are you actually asking for? Can you connect directly with that symbol, such as freedom, worthiness, love, security, without waiting for money to deliver it? If money suddenly disappeared as a system, how would you still create or embody that feeling? Whatever you call it, inner work, healing, treatment, they are always based on self-diagnosis. Don't let anyone convince you of what is right for you. All information is a simple pointing. You already have everything you need because the true nature of who you are is already shining. No teacher, no book, no path, no philosophy can give it to you because what you're seeking is what you already are. So never let someone else tell you, oh, you have imposter syndrome. Oh, you have money beliefs. Oh, never let someone else define for you who you are, what you do, and why you're so fabulous. Especially if you're not convinced that you are fabulous, that you are amazing, that you are worthy. Never let someone else define those for you. Only you can know what your symbols are. A couple weeks ago, our topic was insistence versus persistence and how to tell the difference. Now, you're the only one who can determine your symbol, your money symbol, worthiness, freedom, relief. You're the only one who can determine your symbol. So you can choose persistence over insistence. When you stand in your power, when you know, yes, I feel very powerful about this topic, about this experience. Now you're acting through persistence instead of trying to insist that the universe bring you something and you're wondering like, where is it? Why don't I have it yet? And here's an example. Insistence looks like, I must make 10K this month or I'm failing. This means you hustle, push through burnout, and worry if things aren't moving fast enough. You focus on the outcomes and not the energy. You're driven by fear of not being enough or not having enough. But persistence looks like, I show up for my mission every day, knowing that abundance flows to me when I stay aligned. You take inspired action, you keep your mindset high, and stay in the vibration of worthiness, even if the money hasn't shown up yet, because you're driven by faith, alignment, and co creation. Bottom line, insistence comes from fear and creates resistance. Remember, whatever you resist persists. Persistence comes from faith and creates flow. But remember, there is contrast to everything. Your life will always be what you insist it is. If you insist there is something wrong, there will be something wrong. If you insist there is no money, there will be no money. Keep reminding yourself that it has nothing to do with the money. Your state of being, and your state of being is how you feel in any given moment. Your state of being is about loving who you are and remembering everything you forgot about who you are until you feel it so strongly within you. You will persist in the knowing that nothing could ever cause you to suffer unless you insisted so. We covered this information a couple weeks ago when we discussed shifting realities, using the example of one frame on our film strip of life. And everything is manifested as contrast. Remember, up, down, dark, light, self, duality. Everything has a contrast, both hidden and seen. And nothing is new in the universe. Something that expresses itself from the already existing quantum field and appears to us for the first time only seems to be new. Everything that is manifested has already been around on its potential form. Nothing comes from nothingness unless it has previously been there as an option. So when you're looking around and saying, okay, the money's not here, the money's not here, it is there. Remember, there's contrast to everything. So if you're saying, I don't see it, it is there. Allow that reality to be your reality. Everything has its cause. The origin of all causes is the universal quantum field. Your whole being, all your living, and all the events in your life have already existed as possibilities in the universal quantum field. You are the one who activates what is actually actualized. Unworthiness isn't just one feeling, it wears many masks. Once a woman can name her version, such as imposter, perfectionist, pleaser, overachiever, etc., she can meet it with awareness instead of being ruled by it. Now, I've listed some faces of unworthiness to determine your symbol. So let's take a look at these. Imposter syndrome, the belief that I don't belong here or I'll be found out as a fraud. Even with success or recognition, you doubt yourself and minimize your accomplishments. Or perfectionism, equating mistakes with failure or unworthiness attached to the belief, if I'm perfect, I'll finally be enough. People pleasing, seeking validation by putting others' needs before your own, with the secret belief, my worth depends on keeping everyone happy. There's comparison and envy, measuring worth against others' achievements, beauty, or money. Your inner voice says, she has more, so I must be less. Scarcity mindset, believing there isn't enough money, love, opportunity to go around with the secret belief, I am not worthy of abundance. Then there's self-sabotage, procrastination, undercharging, or avoiding opportunities associated with subconscious thoughts like, I'm not worthy of success, so I'll block it. Those thoughts can be running around in the subconscious mind and you don't even realize they're there. How about overachieving? Constant striving to prove value through doing more, achieving more. That's often attached to the belief, if I accomplish enough, I'll finally be worthy. Unworthiness in receiving, feeling guilty or uncomfortable when offered help, compliments, or money. That's often attached to the belief, I don't deserve this. Invisible worth, shrinking back, not using your voice, playing small in relationships or at work. That's attached to the root feeling, who am I to take up space? And then there's conditional self-worth, tying your worthiness to external factors like weight, age, relationship status, or bank balance. And that's often attached to the belief, I'll be worthy when. Worthiness is the core of money's vibration. When a woman raises her sense of worth, she naturally shifts the frequency that money responds to. Here are some powerful ways to step into that. Anchor your worthiness in the body. Place your hand on your heart and affirm, I was born worthy. Nothing can add or take away from that truth. Then there are daily grounding practices like breath work, movement, dance, and yoga. These remind you that worthiness is not in the mind, it's in the body. It's what you embody. You can reframe the story around receiving. Instead of, I need to believe I deserve this, shift to, receiving is my natural state. Practice receiving small things like compliments, help, unexpected gifts without deflection or feeling guilty. Connect with symbols beyond money. If money equals freedom for you, you can create freedom now by saying no to draining obligations. If money equals relief for you, you can give yourself permission to rest. Self-care is so underrated. This signals to the universe, I already embody this energy and I amplify it. Rewrite your inner dialogue. Notice when your inner critic says, I am not enough. Replace it with, I am enough now and I am expanding. Even small shifts in language can create massive vibrational adjustments. Surround yourself with worthy mirrors. Spend time with women who affirm their value and live in abundance. Community vibration, like the dojo, lifts your own vibration, making it easier to sustain worthiness. Practice a ritual of worthiness. Light a candle and write down, I am worthy of abundance because. Fill the page. Fill it until the tears come or your resistance softens. Burn the paper as a release, affirming, my worth is eternal, not earned. Act from worth, not lack. Instead of bargain hunting from fear, choose purchases that feel aligned, even if they're small. Each decision becomes a declaration. I trust my worth and my flow. There's nothing wrong with coupons or finding a bargain, but if you are doing this because you don't believe you are worthy enough to have different things, that's when you are keeping yourself in a very low vibrational frequency, and that's where you're blocking your flow. When a woman believes she's worthy now, not when she earns more, or not when she proves herself, when she believes she's worthy now, her vibration rises. Money isn't attracted to effort, it's attracted to alignment. Worthiness is the frequency that opens the channel. Once you discover what your symbol is, you can call it forth in any moment. This is the energy in which you will create your most powerful reality. This is you being the powerful, infinite being that you are. So now I'll ask you, what did you notice? Did you recognize yourself in any of those faces of unworthiness that I talked about? It would be very helpful for you to go back and watch the video, pause it, take your time, and ask yourself, where am I recognizing myself in this? If you truly want to change any financial abundance or prosperity in your life, remember everything starts internally in order to affect the external. If you want any kind of support with this, visit me at masteringyourbeliefs.com. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.